Welcome to Rizvi's e-learning channel.
Hello students, we are going to study about frames and how we can create frames and change the formatting of the page with the help of frames in HTML. So first of all, we must know what is frame or what are the frames that we mean, and how can you use these frames to change the page layout. So frames, HTML frames are used to divide the web browser window into multiple sections where each section can be loaded separately. So this is a very simple definition what you can understand. And what does the frame mean? So what does it say? That it is used to divide the web browser window into multiple sections. तो जो फ्रेम है वो हमारे HTML पेज को मल्टीपल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर देता है और हम हर उस पार्ट में या हर उस सेक्शन में एक सेपरेट पेज लोड कर सकते हैं। ये है फ्रेम का मतलब। तो हम अगर एक फ्रेम क्रिएट करते हैं अपने वेब पेज में, तो हमारा पेज चाहे हॉरिजॉन्टल हो या चाहे ऐसे हॉरिजॉन्टल हो या वर्टिकल हो, जैसे भी हम फ्रेम डिवाइड करेंगे अपने पेज में क्रिएट करेंगे, तो उसमें आप मान के चलिए कि दो पेज लोड हो जाएंगे। एक राइट साइड में पेज लोड कर सकते हैं, एक लेफ्ट साइड में पेज लोड कर सकते हैं। तो यू कैन ऑपरेट two pages in one web page separately. Okay, so how to create frame? Instead of using the body tag, use frame set tag in HTML to use frames in web browser. तो हम फ्रेम्स कैसे क्रिएट कर सकते हैं? जब हम HTML पेज बनाते हैं तो उसमें जो बॉडी टैग लिखते हैं तो वो हमारे पेज में आता है, इट विल अपीयर इन वन सिंगल पेज। बट हमको जब फ्रेम बनाना होता है तो क्या करना होगा? बॉडी टैग की जगह फ्रेम सेट टैग लिखना पड़ेगा, लाइक दिस, एंड देयर विल बी नॉट एनी स्पेस इन बिटवीन, सो दिस विल बी वन सिंगल वर्ड. But this tag is depreciated in HTML. The frame set tag is used to define how to divide the browser. Each frame is indicated by the frame tag and is basically defined with the help of a document. तो हम यहाँ पर एक एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं और ये समझ में आएगा कि हम फ्रेम कैसे बना सकते हैं। सॉरी, तो to start it we have to create a basic structure. Start HTML page, open the head, title and close the head tag. Now when we were used to create a body tag, we will be creating a frame set tag. So we have opened frame set. After the space we have written rows equals 20% within bracket double quotation 20% comma 60% comma 20% quotation close bracket close. So what is this frame set doing? It is actually dividing the page into three sections. The first section will be of 20% of the total page, second part will be of 60% of the total page, and third part will be of 20% of the total page. So it will be 100%. After this we are not going to close this frame set tag, but we will be creating more content which will be put inside these frames. Now you will write frame. This is another tag which will appear inside the frame set tag. Now you will write frame space name is equal to top in double quotation mark and src. This is the source of the file that will appear in the first frame. This is the first frame and we are giving a source file that can be anything, that can be a web page, that can be an image, that can be a video, anything you want. Okay, and this is the source of this image. This is a PNG image that we have inserted in the top of the first frame. Now the second frame, similarly, now they are named top, main and bottom. Okay, so you will name them like this, and you will insert images of different types in all these frames. You can obviously you can insert separate web pages in all three pages, in all three frames. You can insert one image or one web page in this, one web page in this part, and one web page in this part. Okay, but for easy purpose we have inserted three separate images in three frames. Now you will write no frame. Okay, and after that we have started the body tag. The browser you are working does not support frames. So if the frame does not open, if there is some issue with the browser, then no frame tag will work and it will display this text, and it will be meaning that your browser is not supporting the frames, which is why you are reading this text. Okay, now you will close the no frame and you will close the frame set tag. Remember that there will be no closing tag for frame tag. The frame tag will only open. It is a, which type of tag this is? This is an empty tag, like I have told you. Okay, and you will close this. Now you will see when you run the page that there are three sections of the page. They will move separately. Scrolling with this one will not change this one, and you can load separate pages in all these three frames. Okay, this is another example. Open the HTML, head, open, title, head, close. Now frame set, open the frame set tag, and we have written columns, COLS. That means the page will be divided into three separate columns, like it is written here, 30%, 40%, 30%. So this will be of the 30% of the page, this will be the 40% of the page, and this will be the remaining 30% of the page. And similarly we have written three frame tags with inserting all the three images in separate frames, and you have written the no frame for the browsers which do not support frames. And when we run this, the page is divided into three separate columns. This page is independent and it does not relate to this page. You can run separate pages in all these three frames. Now you will see what are the attributes or the parameters that can be used within the frame set tag. The first parameter is cols, COLS, that means column tag. If you want to divide the page in columns, then you will use this tag, COLS. Okay, for example, I have shown in your previous page only that frame set columns is equal to 300, 400, 300. Use percentage value, for example 30, 40, 30, like in the previous example. And if you will use, if you do not want to use exact, you can use percent stars also. Okay, star means the remaining part of the page. In this part, in this line, it will be 40%. You don't have to write 40%, or you can write 30% and star. The star will make the remaining part. Now the second attribute is rows. Again I have shown you the example of rows. You can write frame set rows is equal to percent-wise values. Okay, I have shown you examples of both these tags. And you can use border tag also to highlight the border of the frame. You can use frame set border is equal to 4 frame set. Okay, so this will be the border of the frames. Frame border, this attribute of the frame set tag is used to specify whether the three-dimensional border should be displayed between the frames or not. Okay, and frame spacing, this is the spacing between the frames that can be increased or decreased according to the use that you want to create. Okay, If you want to add frame spacing, then you will add frame spacing tag after the frame set tag. Alright. Now you are going to see some of the attributes that can be used inside the frames tag. Now understand this properly. This is frame tag, which is the sub tag of the frame set tag. So don't get confused. Frame set tags includes the name. Name is the name of the frame. Alright. It can be top, main, bottom, or first, second, third, anything that you want. And after the name, there is the margin width tag. Margin width, this attribute in frame tag is used to specify the width of the space in pixels between the border and the contents of the left and right. So this will be the margin. So after the setting the margin, there will be some spacing in between the frames. Alright. Margin height is equal to 20, margin width is equal to, and you can also add a scroll bar. If you want to add a scroll bar, you can add the scroll bar tag inside the frame tag and say it to yes. If you don't want to add the scroll bar, you can put this value to no. So now you can know what are the advantages and the disadvantages of the frames. Advantage is it allows the users to view multiple documents within a single web page. As I have told you, it loads the page form from different servers in a single frame set. The older browsers that do not support can be addressed using the tag. Okay, but the disadvantage is due to some of these it is rarely used. Frames can make the production of the website complicated. A user is unable to bookmark any of the page viewed within a frame, and the browser's back button might not work because there are 3 or as many frames that you want to create. There are separate pages, so it will load separately, it will work separately. Sometimes bookmarking a frame will not bookmark or save the second part of the frame or second part of the web page. So it is a little bit complicated, and so actually frames are not that very much popularly used, but you can try it and you can let me know what you have checked in your system. You can add multiple frames, change the colors, background colors of the frames, and you can try different things. This is a feature and you must check it out. Okay, this was all about frames. See you in the next video. Thank you.